Can you tell us your name?
My name's Elaine Godley.
And this is, I know you.
I think I've seen you before, yes. I don't know why, how,
Probably
whatever.
from the
Probably
past.
Facebook.
From the past, yeah.
Yeah.
Elaine, this is a story about your granddaughter.
Yes.
And it's your version of the story, so make that really clear before we go forward.
Yes.
It's what you know happened to your granddaughter.
Okay. My granddaughter was very happy, healthy, vibrant, really lively young lass. She was 17 months old. She had her MMR jab, and 9 days later she didn't wake up. Her alarm in the cot went off early in the morning, and she often used to wriggle up. And when my daughter went and found that she wasn't breathing, and she'd died and wasn't able to be resuscitated, and the inquest said that it was natural causes, and she was 17 months old.
Describe how your granddaughter was before the vaccine.
Really cheeky. So this happened in January 2010. I'd had surgery myself for cancer not long before, and I was looking after her, and she was just getting to the point of being really cheeky and lively, and she used to pull faces and make us laugh, and she was a real character. She was just developing her personality.
And when she went in that day for the MMR, did she only have the MMR?
I don't know.
You don't know? Your daughter just told you she'd had the MMR?
Yes, yeah.
So, what did the doctor say? I mean, did anybody acknowledge anything to do with this vaccine?
They said at the inquest, there were two specialists there with files, really large files of paperwork, and they both said that the death couldn't possibly have been at the result of the MMR, although they did acknowledge that she had measles in her system, and they made all sorts of reasons and excuses why that could have been.
So had she ever had measles before?
No.
And she had the MMR and she had measles in her system and she died. What possible other reasons could there be?
Exactly. They said that she died of natural causes.
But she had the measles in the system?
Yeah, but she had measles in the system, and she had the MMR jab 9 days before. It was either 9 or 10 days before she died that she had the jab. Prior to then, as I say, she was happy, healthy, and there we are.
What a devastating blow to the whole family.
Absolutely, and it affects us all on a daily basis. I go shopping and I reach out to buy things for her, thinking that she'd look really nice in this or that outfit, and of course I then have to distract myself.
Sorry. We're sorry. What's your advice to other people that just don't know?
It's really hard to give advice. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not here to give advice. All I can say is it's absolutely devastating when this happens to a family, and it's not something that goes away. You just have to work your way around to cope with it. I'm not 100% against vaccines in certain circumstances, but there's so much out there, there's so much research and information out there now. Please do your research. And then decide if you do want to go ahead with vaccines, if you want to do them on a stage basis. I definitely wouldn't vaccinate for anything at all, and I persuaded my mum not to have the flu jab because every time she had it she was ill. So there's so many vaccines out there now, and I understand they're increasing day by day. The scientists are coming up with new versions of this and that, and it just doesn't seem right to me at all. The modern world we're living in with science and technology is all well and good at a certain level, but when it comes to your health, there's nothing like good old-fashioned, what Granny used to do, which is how I live my life.
Did you ever catch the measles?
I had measles, yeah, I had measles, I had scarlet fever, I had hepatitis, I turned yellow one day, and I had scarlet fever, scarlatinus, one of those, I can't remember which it was. I had measles, chicken pox, but that was, when I was younger, we used to have, chicken pox parties, measles parties, so that we get it while we were young, so that it wouldn't be an issue as we got older. But they don't agree with that these days.
Well, it's gone from a mild childhood disease to a serious life-threatening disease.
It's the whole health arena's gone bonkers. As I mentioned with cancer, it's we see the same thing in the cancer world. We're frightened. People are frightened into they've got to do conventional routes, and it's not necessarily the right thing for people to do. Know your body. That's the thing that I live by. But with young children and vaccines, how can you tell a child to know their own body? They don't know, do they? So as parents, we have to be responsible and do the right thing and do the research, research, and then do some more.
Now, you've set a support group up, haven't you?
Yes, I've got a health group on Facebook called Positively Powered Health, and we've got over 2,000 members there, and it's a general health group. It's not specifically for any type of condition, although we do have a lot of cancer things on there. We have often when there are vaccine postings, and we have homeopaths, we have all kinds of health practitioners on the group, and some doctors as well who contribute. And it's turned into a general go-to site for people who are interested in natural health to ask questions, and there's always somebody. Sometimes the postings go into hundreds with advice and guidance on things that we can do to help ourselves. But again, it's all about knowing our own bodies and knowing what's right and what's not right, and also listening to our bodies and doing our research again. So we have all kinds of conditions covered on that. So it's Positively Powered Health.
Positively Powered Health. Okay, we've all go over that. How do you feel when you see on television doctors continually saying the science is settled, the MMR is safe, the MMR does not cause autism, the MMR is safe?
I don't believe doctors when they say anything is safe, because they don't know. All they know is what the drug companies have told them, and that's the information that they share with them. And we know for a fact that not every health study gives all the information. Something like 75% of the information is withheld in some situations on scientific research. So I don't believe anything is safe. Every single drug has a side effect, and that's a known fact. Speak to any doctor and they'll tell you that. I don't have a television. I choose not to read the papers either. I keep up to date with information on the internet. So there's enough bad news around without me, looking for it on the news and the newspapers.
Is there anything else you want to add to the story?
There's nothing more I can say really, other than it's tragic what's going on, and it's really scary that people are being forced into having vaccines when they're not given the information. Surely that should be a right of everybody. The right to know what's being put into your body, and for parents to feel that they have no choice but to vaccinate their children, and those who choose not to vaccinate their children are ostracised. And to me, something's gone wrong in the world, and it's not a good place.